Analysis and synthesis of television pictures. Under this is image continuity. While televising picture elements of the frame by means of the scanning process, it is necessary to present the picture to the eye in such a way that an illusion of a continuity is created and any motion in the scene appears on the picture tube screen as a smooth and continuous change. Scanning, that is a process of scrutinizing the brightness of each element of detail contained in the image of a scene to be transmitted by a television. To achieve this, advantage is taken of persistence of vision or storage characteristics of the human eye. This arises from the fact that sensation produced when nerves of the eyes retina are stimulated by incident light does not cease immediately after the light is removed but persists for about 1/16 of a second. Thus, if the scanning rate per second is made greater than 16 or the number of pictures shown per second is more than 16, the eye is able to integrate the changing levels of brightness in the scene. So when the picture elements are scanned rapidly enough, they appear to the eye as a complete picture unit when none of the individual elements visible separately. In present-day motion pictures, 24 still pictures of the scene are taken per second and later projected on the screen at the same rate. Each picture or frame is projected individually as still picture, but they are shown one after the other in rapid succession to produce the illusion of continuous motion of the scene being shown. A shutter in the projector rotates in front of the light source and allows the film to be projected on the screen when the film frame is still but blanks out any light from the screen during the time when the next film frame is being moved into position. As a result, a rapid succession of still film frames is seen on the screen. With all light removed during the change from one frame to the next, the eye sees a rapid sequence of still pictures that provides the illusion of continuous motion. We have scanning. Similar process is carried out in the television system. The scene is scanned rapidly both in the horizontal and vertical directions simultaneously to provide sufficient number of complete pictures or frames per second to give the illusion of continuous motion. Instead of the 24 as in commercial motion picture practice, the frame repetition rate is 25 per second in most television systems. Horizontal scanning. This horizontal scanning shows the trace and retrace of several horizontal lines. The linear rise of current in the horizontal deflection coils deflects the beam across the screen with a continuous uniform motion for the trace from left to right. At the peak of the rise, the sawtooth will reverse direction and decrease rapidly to its initial value. The fast reversal produces the retrace or flyback. The start of the horizontal trace is at the left edge of the raster. The finish is at the right edge where the flyback produces a retrace back to the left edge. This is the raster and this is the trace and retrace. The trace starts, or the horizontal trace starts in the left edge of the raster. So it will start in this area, then it will end in this area. This is the width. In the retrace, that is the start of the horizontal at the left edge of the raster. So the retrace starts in this area, and it will finish in this area also. That is from right to left. Retrace, that is from right to left, and the trace is from left to right. The dashes symbolizes the retrace lines. Then the heavy lines indicates the trace lines in the raster. Again, this is the raster having 625 lines, and this is the Soto twin. The up in the Soto twin, this area corresponds to the horizontal deflection to the right. This dashes, as I said, indicates the dashes lines corresponds to the retrace, and the hard lines corresponds to the trace lines. So this is actually the waveform of current in the horizontal deflection coils producing linear scanning in the horizontal deflection. Note that up on the sawtooth wave corresponds to the horizontal deflection to the right. The heavy lines again indicates the useful scanning time, and the dashes lines corresponds to the retrace time. Then we have the vertical scanning. The sawtooth current in the vertical deflection coils moves the electron beam from top to bottom of the raster at a uniform speed while the electron beam is being deflected horizontally. Vertical scanning. The direction of the vertical scanning is from top to bottom. Horizontal scanning, that is from left to right. Thus, the beam produces complete horizontal lines, one below the other, while moving from top to bottom. The trace part of the sawtooth wave for vertical scanning deflects the beam to the bottom of the raster. In the rapid vertical retrace returns to the beam to the top. Just like also with the horizontal, that is the scanning is from to right, and that is the trace. In the retrace, that is from right to left. Then in vertical scanning also, that is from top to bottom. Then for the trace from top to bottom, then the retrace is from bottom to top. Note that the maximum amplitude of the vertical sweep current brings the beam to the bottom of the raster. During the vertical retrace, the horizontal scanning continues and several lines get scanned during this period. Because of motion in the scene being televised, the information or brightness of the top of the target plate or picture tube screen normally changes by the time the beam returns to the top to recommence the whole process. The information is picked up during the next scanning cycle, and the whole process is repeated 25 times to cause an illusion of continuity. The actual scanning sequence is, however, a little more complex than the just described and is explained in a later section of this chapter. It must, however, be noted that both during horizontal retrace and vertical retrace intervals, the scanning beams of the camera tube and picture tube are blank, and no picture information is either picked up or reproduced. Instead, on a time division basis, these short retrace intervals are utilized for transmitting distinct narrow pulses to keep the sweep oscillators of the picture tube deflection circuits of the receiver is synchronism with those of the camera at the transmitter. This ensures exact correspondence in scanning at the two ends and results in distortion, less reproduction of the picture details. So this is the vertical scanning. We have the vertical trace, that is from top to bottom. Then the vertical retrace, that is from bottom to top. Then this is the raster. Then we have the height and the width. Then we have also the sawtooth wave, just like with the horizontal. Thank you, and God bless.